All right, the next thing we have that's very much getting into Algebra 2 is our composite functions. And composite functions is when we have one function and it goes into another function, okay? So what we do is we work from the inside of the very inside function and we work it out to the very outside function. So right here I have three functions. F of x equals x plus 3. It's our first function. G of x equals x squared minus 1. And then h of x equals 2x minus 8. And so there's three different variables to represent our three different functions. So then what we're doing is we're evaluating one of our functions inside another function. And you just work from the inside out, okay? So the first thing you want to do is you just want to focus on the inside. And that just says g of 2. So we would evaluate this just like we were evaluating before. So we go to the g function, which is blue. So our g of 2 means that we look at this function and instead of an x, we put in the number 2. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is say, okay, well that's 2 squared minus 1 because that's the g function and we are just evaluating it at 2. We're taking out the x and we're putting it in 2. Okay, so then that is just 2 squared is 4, 4 minus 1 is 3. So g of 2 is the value 3. Okay, so we just worked that out just like we were evaluating. But now we're not done. Now that we've done the inside part, we work out to do the next part, which means we bring down the outside function, which is f. So since we know that this value right here is the number 3, now we're going to work out the f function with the value of a 3. So we go to our f function, which is this one over here. It's our maroon one. And wherever you see an x, we're going to put in the value of a 3. So we started with our g function, because that was the inside function. Now we're moving out to our f function, because that's the outside function. So f of 3 is just, go to our f function. Instead of an x, we put a 3 right there. So that's 3 plus 3, which is the number 6. So from inside out, this inside part worked out to the number 3. That 3 works out to the number 6. So all together, when you work from the inside out, this composite function is the number 6. Okay? All right, we're going to see it again. This time we're working our h function first. We're going to put in the number 1. Then with that value, we're going to work that value into the outside function, which is a g. So the h function, I wrote it in green. We're going to put in the number 1. So the first thing we're going to do, this is our h function. So 2 times 1 minus 8, because that's our h function. We're not worried about the g yet. We're just focusing in on the inside function. So that is the number negative 6. Okay, 2 minus 8 is negative 6. Now, since I worked out the inside function, now I bring the outside function back into the problem. And I say, okay, since this evaluated to the number negative 6, now that's the number I'm going to use with my g function since it's on the outside. So I go back to where the g function is. G of x is x squared minus 1. So wherever I see an x, I'm going to put my negative 6. So that's negative 6 squared minus 1. Negative 6 squared is just a 36. 36 minus 1 is 35. So when I start the inside with a 1, work that out, use that value to work out the g function, all together, they give me the overall output as a 35. Okay?